Welcome, Wildcat fans. I'm Cindy McCarthy, and once again, I'm going solo tonight on the Wildcat Sports broadcast. I'm actually broadcasting live from Turkey Valley High School, where the Wildcats are taking on the Turkey Valley Trojans tonight in a District, I think it's 8 District 3 game. And before we get started talking about tonight's game, as normal, we want to give a shout out to Next Bank. Next Bank combines the values of a locally owned, independent Eastern Iowa community bank with expanded services and the latest technology to meet our customers' fast-moving lifestyle. Bank on your success with Next Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. So again, Next Bank is our sole sponsor of the Wildcat Sports YouTube channel, and hopefully we've got some listeners out there tonight checking things out. This is a long drive up to Turkey Valley, so for those fans that couldn't make it, hopefully you guys can listen in, and I'll try to make the game as sound as enjoyable as I can. So let's go ahead and look into tonight's game. Just getting started.
Fans, and welcome to Turkey Valley Community Schools, the Trojan Field, the home of the Trojans.
Turkey Valley comes into tonight's game 4-0, and so they're on a 4-game winning streak. Obviously, Springville, Midland is the two teams that are local that they've won, and they like to run the ball. They've got a running back with over 400 yards, one with 300 yards, and one with 200 yards. So they definitely like to run the ball, but their quarterback can throw it. He's 26 out of 38, so they don't throw it a lot, but they do be pretty efficient with that when they do throw that. So hopefully the Wildcats can take that into consideration there, and I feel like our strength is hopefully stopping the run. So let's see what happens with this game. Before I go any further, we are getting ready for the national anthem.
We would ask that you please respect the colors until they have been retired from the field. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our high school choir members and our national anthem.
All right, nice rendition. The Star Spangled Banner from some members of the Turkey Valley student body, and they're marching the flag off the field, so everybody is waiting. All right, so again, previewing the game a little bit here, talking about Wildcats, kind of look into what the Wildcats have done this year. The Wildcats are led at quarterbacking by Nick Reed. Nick's attempted 37 passes and has 22 completions for 340 yards, averaging about 15 yards a completion. And he's got 8 touchdowns and 1 interception. And for offense rushing, it's going to be Isaiah Dam. He's carried it 53 times for 674 yards. He's averaging 12.7 yards a carry. Isaiah scored 9 touchdowns for the Wildcats. Nick Reed, I don't know if this is good or bad, is our second leading rusher. He's rushed it 21 times, and he has 188 yards. He's averaging about 9 yards a carry. He's actually scored 3 touchdowns this year, and he had a 50-yard touchdown run. We've got a few other people just sprinkled in there. Cameron Marsh has got the next rushing attempts at 10. So Isaiah and Nick carry the load as far as running for the Wildcats. When it comes to receiving, 2 of Nick's favorite targets are Ethan Ty, number 7. Ethan Ty, number 2. He's got 7 receptions and he's got 188 yards, so he's averaging about 27 yards a catch. He's got 6 touchdowns. And then Marshall Vandevet's actually caught 8 passes for 87 yards. He's getting about 10 yards a catch. And Nick Reed has actually caught 2 passes for 44 yards, so he's averaging about 22 yards a carry, and he's scored 1 touchdown. So that's kind of how the throwing goes. So Ethan and Marshall are usually Nick's favorite targets when it comes to that situation. Defensively, looks like for defense, Cole Silver, who has really stuck out, I should say, to me and Tanner Carlson, who called the game with me the other night. We really were impressed with Cole, and I've even noticed it in the earlier games. Cole's leading the Wildcats with 38.5 tackles. He's got 2 for loss. Second for the Wildcats is Isaiah Dam coming in with 37 tackles. And then Keegan Kula is the 3rd leading tackler with 34 tackles. So we've got 3 seniors there leading us on defense and tackles. And as I mentioned, Cole's really come on this year. Actually, I guess Cole's a junior now that I think about that, so I take that back. Cole is just a junior this year, and he's really stepped in and has made a really big difference in that backfield, kind of stepping in and replacing Trey Halb and kind of bringing some energy with some big hits and things like that. So kind of set the stage here. There's some clouds, but I don't know. It's a little wet, so some rain must have moved through here earlier. But right now, it's a nice night, and we've got a few Wildcat fans. I'm up in the press box, and across the way, there's quite a few Wildcat fans for such a long drive. It's about an hour and 45-minute drive, and the Wildcats are in their road uniforms. They got the red pants with the white shirts with red sleeves, black numbers on the front and back. And they're getting ready to come out to midfield for the coin toss. The Turkey Valley Trojans are also black, red, and white school colors, and they have red pants as well with a little bit of black at the knees, and they have black jerseys with white numbers with red sleeves. So a lot of black, red, and white going on tonight. So right now, both teams are going to midfield here. They'll do a coin toss here and see what happens. So this is a big game for the Wildcats. I don't know if I mentioned the Wildcats are coming into tonight's game, and they're 3-1. So they started off with a win at Colonesco. They got beat by Tripola at home. Then they've won their next 2 games. We went to West Central and won 54-0. And last week we had a 22-20 very good contest at Central City, and the Wildcats held off Key High to get the win. So Wildcats are coming in 3-1, and as I mentioned, Turkey Valley's 4-0. We haven't played any common opponent yet. We will eventually be playing Springville and Midland, which are 2 teams that Turkey Valley has played and won. So we haven't played any common opponent yet. So it's going to be a big game for the Wildcats. I overheard Turkey Valley's announcer talking about how they've got a lot of seniors, and just looking on the program, I thought I heard him say something like 14 seniors, and there's quite a few. So when you have that many seniors coming back, you know that you're probably looking as a coach to a potential very promising season. So, and they've got underway with that 4-0 record. So, going to get ready to kick off. There's about 1 minute left. Looks like the Wildcats are going to go ahead and be kicking off to start the game. Our kicker is going to be Marshall Vandevet, who's got for a little guy. He's listed at 5'7", 120, and he's got a pretty big leg, and he's most of the time gets it into the end zone for touchbacks, and he's done field goals, and so it's nice to have this dimension that a lot of times a lot of high school programs don't have. So here we go with the kick, and Marshall Vandevet does just a little squibbler.
Vandevet's kick recovered by Garrett Kurtenbach. It'll be 1st and 10 Trojans.
So I don't know if they were trying to get an onside kick or what, not taking advantage, I feel like, of Marshall's leg. So it puts Turkey Valley, a 4-0 team, right away. They're at their own 38-yard line. So not sure if that was planned or not. Not maybe the way I'd start the game, but we're just going to go ahead and hope the Wildcats got some things up their sleeves defensively. There's a handoff right up the middle, number 32.
32, Dylan Ellsworth on the carry for the Trojans.
Brought down by Isaiah Dam.
Number 21, Isaiah Dam on the stop for the Wildcats, along with number 10, Cole Silver.
Ellsburn, the runner for the Trojans, so
2nd and 3 Trojans.
Picked up about 7 yards, so it's going to be 2nd down and 3 in Wildcat territory. There's a handoff on a sweep, and knocked out of bounds by Marshall Vandevet. Picked up 1st down.
A gain of 8, that's enough for the Trojans. 1st down. First and 10 Trojans from the Wildcat 27-yard line.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Trojans on the Wildcat 27-yard line. There's a handoff right up the middle. There's looks like Keegan Kula in on the stop for the Wildcats.
Keegan Kula, amongst others, in the stop for the Wildcats.
Picked up about 4.
Gain of 5. 2nd and 5 Trojans for the Wildcats 22-yard line.
There's a good play by the defense.
For the Trojans, brought down by a host of Wildcats.
Ethan Ty in on the stop, coming up from the safety position there. So it's going to be 3rd down and about along 7 for Turkey Valley. So first big play of the game for the Wildcats.
3rd and 7 Trojans from the Wildcats.
And there's a pass out to the wing, and and it's going to be a touchdown. So Turkey Valley doesn't pass very often, and I don't know if the Wildcats weren't prepared for that, but it didn't look like we picked up that receiver coming out of the back, but nice pass by the quarterback, and Turkey Valley draws first blood.
Trojans attempt the extra point.
And for the 2-point conversion, it is no good.
First quarter, Turkey Valley 6, Central City 0.
So with 10:05 left in the first quarter, it's Turkey Valley 6, Wildcats 0. So the Wildcats are going to need to come out and answer that. They're predominantly a run team, and we had them in a 3rd and long situation, and they just pulled out that pass. Like I mentioned, they don't do it very often, but they're pretty effective when they do it. And Wildcats are going to just have to shore that up, making sure when that back comes out of the backfield that he's accounted for. So looks like Marshall Vandevet's going to go, no, I'll take that back. Cole Silver's going deep for the Wildcats. We got Cole Silver. And Jack Kramer's back there and Marshall Vandevet. Niemeyer kicking off for, and that kickoff is going to go out of bounds, so that's going to be a penalty. So that's a good way to get our first offensive series going here. See, it's going to, I think sometimes you can make them re-kick, and it looks like that's what the Wildcats are going to do. So that moves the ball back 5. So the Wildcats are going to be kicking off on the 20, or I'm sorry, the Turkey Valley is going to be kicking off on the 25 now. And Cole Silver still deep for the Wildcats, but we do have Marshall Vandevet and Jack Kramer back just up in front of Cole, the up backs there, to take the shorter kickoff. So Niemeyer from Turkey Valley will get ready to kick off again. We'll see what happens here. Hopefully this will give the Wildcats a chance to have some good field position if we can get a decent run back. And there is a straight kick, and it goes right to Cole Silver, and he picks it up. He's got 3 blockers in front of him, and Cole makes a nice move, and just tripped up, gets out over the 25-yard line. So a good run back by Cole Silver. It looks like the Wildcats are going to have the ball about on their own 27-yard line, maybe 28.
First and 10 Wildcats from their own 28-yard line.
28-yard line, the PA system says. So Wildcats will have first and 10. We got Cole Silver, looks like is in the backfield. Or, is that Cole? I can't tell. Is along with Isaiah. It's going to be a direct snap. Yeah, it's Cole Silver. And Cole's going to carry the ball. And he's going to get it up over the. Well, I didn't think that was Isaiah that took that snap, but maybe I'm wrong. That's what the. I don't know. Anyway, gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Nick Reed's going to check in. And he is going to stay in the backfield and come out of the shotgun. They have Draven Silver in as a fullback. And we got Ethan Ty split out. And there's a shift, and the snap goes to Nick Reed, and it is handed off to Isaiah Dam this time. He's being patient for his blocks. Oh, there's a late hit out of bounds, but it doesn't like the officials thought anything. I thought it looked like Isaiah had given himself up and got hit, but they didn't call anything. So he picks up about 4 or 5. So it's going to be 3rd down and 2. Nick Reed's in. Marshall Vandevet split out to the top, and Ethan Ty split out to the bottom, and in the backfield with Nick is going to be Isaiah Dam. And there's the handoff to Isaiah. Isaiah is going around the right-hand side, and he's going to be brought down just short of the first down. It's going to be about 4th and 1. I don't know. It's going to be 4th and less than a yard. So we'll see what Coach Myers is going to do. Nick Reed's got to be out there one way or the other because he's the punter. It looks like that's what they're going to do. No, I take that back. They've got Ethan Ty and Keegan Kula's in the back. Keegan's going to go up under the center. And we tried this the other night, and I don't know. It's going to all depend. Oh, they're saying first down, so just enough push by the line, and Keegan is able to get his footing and pick up that. It was just less than an inch, so not a lot. So we just, and if we got it just by a little bit, so we'll take that. So now we've got 1st and 10. Wildcats are about on their own 39-yard line, and it's going to be a shift again. We've got Cole Silver and Isaiah in the backfield with Draven Silver. It's a snap to Isaiah. Isaiah fouls Draven, and he picks up about 3 on the play. Gets up into Trojan territory.
Again at 2. 2nd and 8. Wildcats from the Trojans' 39-yard line.
And so we've got 2nd and probably a long 8 yards here. Nick's in the backfield. And he's going to hit. Oh, nice pass to Marshall Vandevet. Marshall tries to slip a couple tackles, but Turkey Valley gets there pretty quick, but it's a good pickup. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about a yard or 2 here. Nice throw by Nick. So we'll see here if the Wildcats can pick up another 1st down here. So we got Ethan split out to the bottom, and we got Marshall split out to the top. We've got Nick in the backfield along with Isaiah. There's a snap to Nick, handed off to Isaiah. Isaiah just puts his head down, and he's going to pick up the 1st down by about a yard. So there's 1st down Wildcats.
1st and 10 Central City from the Trojans' 31-yard line.
Wildcats come up.
All right, I'm here.
Wildcats got Isaiah Dam in the backfield along with, and there's a snap, and it goes over Isaiah's head, and Isaiah is not able to recover, and it's going to be recovered by the Trojans. Isaiah just had it and wasn't able to scoop it in, and it's a turnover, fumble recovery for the Turkey Valley. So Turkey Valley's going to have the ball about where they started their first possession, maybe just a few yards up. They're going to have it at their own 37-yard line. So defense here for the Wildcats has to step up and get a play. We were moving the ball, just what we wanted to do. Now we just got to get it back. And there's 20. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds by Marshall Vandevet there. Not after he picks up 1st down. Pickup of about 14 yards there, so it's going to be 1st and 10 on the Wildcat 28 here. So let's go Wildcats. We got to get that defense going. There's in motion. There's a handoff, and 32 is slowed down by his jersey. Keegan Kula just reaches out and grabs his jersey and slowed him down, and it got a couple. Ethan Ty was able to come up then and help make the stop. So it's going to be 2nd down and about 6.
8 and 5 for the Trojans. 2nd and 5 from the Central City 24-yard line.
Leibold, the quarterback, is up under center, and he fakes it and pumps it down the middle, and he's wide open. Is Elijah Niemeyer. So the fake out to the flat kind of had a couple Wildcats bite, and they had Niemeyer run right up the middle in a perfect pass, and just like that, now that's 2 scores, 2 possessions and 2 scores for Turkey Valley. So as we said, Wildcats were driving on their first play, but or their first drive, but then they ended up fumbling it and was recovered by Turkey Valley. So hopefully we can get that back. Oh, Brady Kuba comes in, and Leibold, the quarterback, was going to keep that and on that 2-point conversion attempt, and Brady busted up through the hole and made a nice stop. So both 2-point conversions have failed. So with 5:49 left in the first quarter, it's Turkey Valley 12, Central City 0. So we've got to get our thing going here. Again, we had a nice drive going. Nice mix of running and passing, and but we just had that unfortunate high snap that Isaiah Dam wasn't able to corral in. So we can get things going here again. We'll get ready for the kickoff and hopefully get another nice return by get a good return here. We'll see who's back deep. Cole Silver's made a little change here. Normally it's Marshall back there, but they got Cole, and as I was mentioning earlier, Cole has really just come on this year. I think he's just really done a nice job on defense especially, so it's nice to see him come in here and get a little bit of offensive work. So along with Cole in the back is going to be Marshall and Jack Kramer, the up backs, and here comes the kickoff by Niemeyer, who scored the last touchdown, and this time it's going to go in the end zone, and it's going to be a touchback. So Wildcats will have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 15-yard line. And hopefully they'll come out here. And again, like I mentioned, we had a good mix of runs and some passes. Nick had a nice pass there to Marshall. So we're moving the ball. We just can't afford to have turnovers. So Nick Reed leads them out. It looks like we're going to have Marshall Vandevet and Ethan and Isaiah Dam triple receiver set to the bottom of the field. And there goes Nick. And I don't know if that was Nick, I don't think that was a planned run. Nick looked down the field. There wasn't anything down there. He saw the middle open up, and he took off, picked up a few yards there, and then he slid, protecting himself a little bit. A couple of those Trojans were honing in on him, so it's going to be 2nd and 7 for the Wildcats. And Nick Reed's in again, calling the play. And it's going to be Nick in the backfield along, looks like they're going to call a timeout. There must have been a little bit of confusion or something. So Wildcats are going to call a timeout. And with 5:07 to go in the first quarter, it's 12-0. Wildcats do have the ball. This is their second possession of the game. While I have this opportunity, I am going to give a shout out to our sponsor. Each person and family has unique financial needs. That's why we offer a variety of personal banking and lending products. We offer everything you need for your personal financial success, from checking and savings accounts to loans and online services. Next Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. And again, we always want to say how much we appreciate Next Bank for all they do, for the support on the Wildcat Sports channel, but also all the other things they do for the school and the community. So here comes the Wildcats after that timeout. Nick Reed's in the shotgun. We've got Ethan Ty at the bottom of the field, Draven Silver and Isaiah Dam in the backfield. There's a shift, and Ethan Ty's going to go to the top of the field. Nick's still in the shotgun formation, and then he hands off to Isaiah Dam. Isaiah Dam turns the corner. Ooh, I thought he had a little something going there, but the Turkey Valley got over there pretty quick. He picks up a couple yards here, so it's going to be a manageable 3rd down at about 4, maybe long or a short 5. Wildcats are on their own 20. So we'll see what Coach Myers has cooked up here. Looks like it's going to be Draven Silver in the backfield along with Isaiah and Cole. It's a direct snap to Cole Silver, and Cole is met right away at the line of scrimmage.
Number 10, Cole Silver, the ball carrier.
And he's met by Cannon Lundberger. So no gain on the play. If anything, it's going to be a loss. So that was unfortunate here. Wildcats are probably going to have to punt, so Nick Reed comes out. I haven't seen Nick really have a lot of punts this season, so we'll see what's going to happen. And to be honest, they're set up with the Nick in the backfield in the shotgun. He couldn't pooch kick out of this, and that's exactly what he's going to do. They had an offensive look, and it's a one-hopper to the 20, and he's going to come around, and he's at the 10-yard line, and there's Jack Kramer and Dustin Ferris, who stop him at about the 2-yard line. So Eli Reeks took that and he slid, and he went to make a cut and he slid, and I think that kind of threw off then our defensive player who was going to make the stop, and that was just enough to give him an opportunity to get up the field, and we just weren't able to get there. So there's a pitch, and there's a slip. Seth Honecker, Seth Honecker
Seth Hinker slips down. It'll be second and goal, Trojans from their own 3-yard
slips
line.
down, and it did rain up here, obviously, and it is a little muggy out there, so there's probably going to be a little bit of moisture. I hadn't noticed too much slipping until just now on that kickback or the return on the punt and here on
Second
this
goal, Trojans from the
run. So hopefully they'll slip a couple more times here and end up not getting a touchdown. So there's a snap to Trojan, and he's got hit, but it's right as he crosses the goal line. Marshall Vandevet comes in for the hit. So it looks like Leibold takes it in for a Trojan touchdown. So kind of the Trojans are making some plays for themselves. Special teams, the punt gets it down to about the 2-yard line, and they're able to punch that in for a touchdown, and then they were able to capitalize on a turnover for the Wildcats. So Wildcats, the pass is complete from Leibold, so the 2-point conversion is good this time for the Trojans. So that's going to make it 20-0 with 2:52 left in the first quarter. So Wildcats here need to come out, and we need to try to get a sustained drive here put together, take a little bit of time off the clock, and get some points on the scoreboard. As I mentioned in the first drive, they did a nice job of mixing in a couple passes with the run. So we've got to make sure that we can kind of come out and try to do that again. Hopefully here we'll see how the kickoff goes, if we have to be at our 15 or if we'll be able to have an attempt at a return. So Trojans are heading out. Niemeyer does the kicking for Turkey Valley. And again, Cole Silver is going to be back along with Jack Kramer and Marshall Vandevet. So let's hope we can get a little bit of a return here.
Back to receive the Eli Niemeyer kickoff, number 10, Cole Silver.
So Niemeyer comes up, and there's the kick straight back, and it is going to, just get in the end zone. It almost looked like it was going to go out of bounds before it got into the end zone, but hey, we got a few people out there listening. I know Dr. Cronin was listening, and I have got Coach Carlson and his wife Nicole and little Rose are listening in to the Central City Sports channel. So as I mentioned, it's a nice night, and there's quite a few for considering the distance. There's actually a good number of Wildcat fans up here. But again, if you're not here, and hopefully you're taking advantage of the sportscast here and enjoying the call, and hopefully we can get things turned around here. We got Nick in the backfield, hands it off to Isaiah. Isaiah gets run down from behind by the Trojans, and he loses a yard on the play.
And number 9, Seth Hinker.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 11.
2nd and 11 Wildcats from their own 14.
Nick stays in. And it's going to be Ethan Ty split to the top. Marshall Vandevet's going to be split to the bottom. And it's going to be Nick in the shotgun along with Isaiah. There's a fake to Isaiah, and Nick's scrambling, looking downfield, and he is wrapped up by Leibold, the Turkey Valley quarterback, and he gets thrown out of bounds. But he does make a decent gain there, about 3 yards maybe, and so it's going to be about 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5 Wildcats from their own.
So this is where we're last time here. We were 3rd and 5 from our own 20-yard line, and hopefully we can get this first down here and make something happen. We've got Nick splitting out to the bottom. We've got Marshall in the backfield in the gunner, and Isaiah Dam. And then we've got Draven Silver coming in here at the last minute. And there's a snap over his head. Oh. And I'm not sure what Isaiah was thinking, but he let the Trojans recover the fumble in the end zone versus if he would have recovered it, it would have been a safety. Rather, he let the Trojans recover it, and they got a touchdown. I'm sure he was frustrated, but, man, you can't let the other team score when recover the fumble in the end zone. So, wow, that was a huge mistake there. And so they're going to go for 2, and the pass is complete. Wow. So that's a touchdown versus a safety. It's 28-0. 2:02 left in the first quarter. So another turnover. The Wildcats knew coming in tonight that Turkey Valley's good, but we've had two fumbles now, and then we had a special team breakdown, and we've kind of handed Turkey Valley some great opportunities, and we haven't really made them earn anything. So Wildcats need to get their focus back here and need to put a big drive together and get some points here at the end here of the first quarter potentially, or at least go into the second quarter with the ball. So yeah, that was crazy play right there. So Next Bank again is our sole sponsor for the Wildcat Cast, but I'm going to wait because here comes the Wildcats out, getting ready for this kickoff again. And I sound like I'm repeating myself, but we've got Cole Silverback along with Marshall Vandevet, and Jack Kramer's that up back position, and Niemeyer's going to kick off for Turkey Valley. So let's see if we can't. The last one almost went out of bounds, and it was a touchback. So let's see if we can't get something here. This is a little higher, and but it's going to go in for a touchback. So Wildcats just haven't had much chance to get very good field position, starting at the 15-yard line now for the third time in a row. Our first one was up at about the 25 or 27 because of the penalty and a decent run back by Cole Silver. So Wildcats got to get focused here. And let's see what we've got coming out. Looks like the Wildcats are waiting for everybody to get out to the huddle here. Isaiah Dam's going to be in the shotgun with Draven Silver in the backfield, along with Marshall. Nick Reed split to the bottom. There's a fake handoff, and Isaiah's going to keep it, and he's going to go up the middle and pick up about, nice gain on first down, pick up about 4, so it'll be second down and 6.
A gain of 5. Second and 5 Central City from their own 20-yard line.
So Nick Reed's going to be split out to the bottom of the field. And again, we've got Draven and Marshall in the backfield along with Isaiah Dam in that shotgun, and he's going to fake the handoff to Marshall. He just runs right up the middle, and he's going to pick up about 3 more yards. So it's going to be second down and make that a long 1, second and short 2. Or I'm sorry, third down. It's going to be 3rd and 2. So let's see here. Wildcats need a big first down. We need to get our composure. We need to get a good snap. We need to really execute this play as they break out of the huddle. Nick's going to be split out to the top, and it's going to be Keegan Kula in the backfield along with, there's a snap. Keegan went under center, but it wasn't there. And Marshall Vandevet's running around. He does pick up the first down, but I think I saw a flag on the play. So I don't know if they're going to call a block in the back or, well, they're going to call it holding. So it's going to move the ball back. So right when we kind of get a little momentum and get something going on, then we get a hold there. So Keegan Kula had went to make it look like he was going to go sneak it, and then they snapped it to Isaiah, who pitched it to Marshall, and he went to the right, reversed field, and came back around and did, like I mentioned, pick up the first down, but it's going to be